Lars Hedenborg, founder of Real Estate B School here. Welcome to the Business Freedom Podcast. Today, I want to chat about, I've been giving this some thought for a couple weeks now. It is a concept called stagnation breeding resentment and how that relates to business, and talk a little bit about my journey, mostly what I've seen in some of our members when they enter our world. So first I want to chat about my journey and where I saw, this come in and how it hurt my progress in business. So if you haven't heard me talk about my journey before, it was getting into real estate right before the Great Recession hit. So 2007, I sold 27 homes in 10 months, which was top like 2% of the market in terms of agent productivity. And then I went to 44 homes, 58, 118, 178, 248 was 2012, and I sold one home that year. So in the Great Recession, all those crappy years, we went from 15,000 agents to 5,000 agents. And my job within the team changed pretty rapidly. So we have 6 phases of growth in what we call the Business Freedom Code. And each of the levels I was able to do in a single year, all the way up to ownership. Ownership is where you can work 1 day a week. There's not a whole lot of, day-to-day responsibility. You're not dealing with client drama or, any of the stuff of business. And then you start out at survival mode, less than 24 transactions. Our industry, 97, 98% is less than, the whole industry is in survival, in my opinion. They're not making the kind of money they deserve. They're not working reasonable hours, and they're super stressed all the time. So there is no freedom in real estate if you look at traditional success. Separate podcast episode. I want to talk about how stagnation breeds resentment. And I want to use, so a quick example for me is that I got really good at buyers really quick. So I learned how to market at the time, a message to market match around distressed sales. And, I was able to follow up with buyers. I put a lead management policy in place, and most of my first, I think by the end of my first full year, so 22 months in the business, I sold 71 homes. I think probably 60 plus were buyers. And so I got really good at a single script. I got good at generating leads, and I got super stagnant really quick and bored. My wiring is to easily get bored. So I went stagnant in that position of generate a lead, call it, meet it for a buyer consultation, sell it a home. That grew old really quick. And I started to resent working with buyers. So I'm like, oh crap, got to get out of this. Hired a buyer agent to take over all of that. And then multiple buyer agents. Then, the first thing I resented was anything administrative. So that was like in my first year, I was like, oh, there's so much paperwork involved and coordinating inspectors and like attending it. I'm like, this is all administrative. I was stagnant real quick, and I was resentful real quick of the time I spent doing all administrative stuff. Then working with buyers, then even sellers. I got really good at working with sellers. And once I achieve something, I get bored, I get stagnant, and I get resentful of it. So that's what I mean by this concept of like stagnation breeding resentment. Most folks, when they come into our world, they've already achieved it at a high level. They're already sort of producing at a high level, and they are resentful of their business. They're like 10 years doing, whatever level of production. They're super stagnant. They don't have systems built around any of their processes, and they're not opening their mind to building it a different way and using leverage with technology and marketing and people and systems and all of that. And so they're stagnant. They're great at all the positions of a real estate agent, and they're super resentful because this business that they've achieved at a high level is robbing them from the areas of their life that actually matter more than real estate, than selling another home. Yet it's all they know how to do. And so in Real Estate B School, we open up their mind to growing in a different area. So traditional coaching, traditional methods, traditional success focuses on you being a real estate agent. Real Estate B School, the B is for business. So I challenge you to open up your mind to think about the opportunity that you have, if you're feeling this stagnation and this stifling and this level of resentment around your real estate business, being a real estate agent, or even a team leader that still has to sell, and now you're managing people and you're a real estate agent, and it's set up all the wrong way and it's giving you no freedom, it's likely that you're stagnant and resentment is breeding. When resentment sets in, nothing good happens. Maybe you can keep it together publicly with your team or your clients. That resentment is going to unleash itself in other areas of your life. And we see that quite a bit. Either the person isn't taking care of themselves physically or spiritually or emotionally, or their relationships are failing, where they're not showing up as a dad or a mom. They're not showing up as a spouse, a husband or a wife. And so the only way around this stagnation resentment cycle is to open up the opportunity where you couldn't possibly become stagnant. So if you look at your opportunity in real estate to go from real estate agent to business owner, there's these 6 phases of growth. And so it took me 6 years to do it. I went from struggling agent in my first year to, that was 2007. So in 2013, I went down to 1 day a week. 2012, I did my last transaction, 1 out of the 248 that year. Then we went to 312 and then 400 plus. The year we did 312, I was 1 day a week. And that was a 6-year journey for me. So I never really allowed myself to stagnate. So I never resented that business. And I've always been looking at the next level. I've always done an okay job of honoring my progress. You don't want to always be going towards something and never sort of honor where you've come from. That cycle can be really, that can breed discontentment, which is a whole separate topic. We just don't want you to be resentful of the thing, that if we set it up the right way, you'd have a ton of joy in the thing. So Cody Riddle in Phoenix, Arizona, I did a case study on Cody. I think I even put it here on the podcast. So you can catch the full episode. Perfect example of someone who had stagnated in her growth. So a growth-minded person that had stagnated and was really resentful of real estate and had a lot of years in real estate. And so with a mindset shift, an introduction to tools and systems as the solution for growth, we were able to help Cody go from about $300,000 gross commission income to $1.2 million of gross commission income. And she fell back in love with her business. And we did that not by telling Cody to sell more homes and do more of the thing that she already resented. We did that by opening up this world to, okay, what would it look like for you to go from doing it all yourself, doing all the heavy lifting, to breaking down the jobs of a real estate agent and bringing in technology, bringing in people leverage or marketing leverage? What would it look like if you approach the business differently? So now Cody, who's mastered real estate and resents it, now she can look at herself, I'm a business owner. Even though I'm not quite running this thing like a business yet, I'm viewing myself, and that opens up the growth opportunities like you wouldn't imagine. So now you can never stagnate if you're learning how to lead and manage and hold people accountable. That's lifelong learning, to cast vision, to inspire people, to influence people, right? To coach and mentor and succeed through others. That's a different game. That's a game that you could never master, which is awesome because it opens up this opportunity to not allow stagnation, to not allow resentment to set in. And now you're constantly feeding this need for growth. You're feeding it in a different way. It's not, this resentment, stagnation cycle that I was talking about. So I definitely recommend you check out that case study. Also on our website, realestatebschool.com. If you click on real results, you click on case studies. I think we have 25 or 26 or so case studies in there. All different journeys. We work with busy solo agents that want to make the shift to business ownership like Cody did, to teams that might have been struggling, that didn't set the thing up the right way, didn't have a lot of culture or cadence or accountability, no tracking, no vision, no planning, that sort of thing as well. And no matter where you are in your business growth journey, we have a place to work with you. We just launched a new program called Business Foundations. It is a low monthly investment that's only going to get more. It's going to get higher. It's a month-to-month agreement, so cancel at any time. It includes coaching daily, Monday through Thursday, live coaching from one of our 6 business coaches that have done the thing. They've been in our world for 3 to 5+ years, and they're selling hundreds of homes, and they're not doing it themselves. They're doing it through leverage. You have access to them 4 days a week live, and I'm going to train you once a week in our Business Foundations program. So go to getbusinessfoundations.com right now. Take action. You can cancel at any time. Getbusinessfoundations.com, and we'll see you.
Thanks for listening to the Business Freedom Podcast. If you're getting value from the podcast, would you please leave us a 5-star review and share it with others who might benefit from the content I'm sharing? And if you're ready to scale your real estate business sustainably and profitably, there are a couple options for you. If you're doing under $500,000 in annual GCI, our Business Foundations program is for you. Head over to getbusinessfoundations.com. That's getbusinessfoundations.com, and learn how you can make the shift from overwhelmed real estate agent to true business owner. If you're doing more than $500,000 in annual team GCI, there's our graduate program, designed for top producers and team leaders who want to grow their team and scale their business. If that's you, go to realestatebschool.com and apply for a free business growth strategy session. No matter where you are in your business growth journey, we have the tools, systems, strategies, training, and coaching to get you where you want to be. Remember, only you can create your future, so take action now.